Hi everybody, welcome back to Méchet for episode number 15. We're continuing on in July where we left off after we'd done all our harvesting of our fields. Now we've moved on because I've been a little bit busy getting all the baling done, and we have it all done. We've all the hay done, Alfalfa Hay done, Straw Bales done, and we've some Grass Bales wrapped as Silage Bales. So just done that off camera. There was no point in keeping you in for that. Other than baling, we've done baling before so many times, even on this map, even though we're only a year into this map. So what did we get off the fields? We done quite well. Just let me get this unloading. We got, what did we get? We got 45 straw bales. And of course we got the 150 bales now, they're slightly bigger. We've 7 hay bales. We've grass silage bales. We got what did we get in the grass silage? We got 13. I was trying to subtract because they were all in the same trailer as the hay bales. We got 5 Alfalfa Hay Bales. So I'm just getting them off the cows in the way. Just getting them off the fields because we're going to push ahead with our plans with the fields moving forward, what we're going to do. And kind of didn't do an awful lot since other than the baling, but have been thinking about what we're going to do. So you'll see I have a tractor parked over here. I have a mulcher on the back of it, which is leased. I have the Fiat over here, which should be able to drive this mulcher. And we're going to put a worker on it for the first time on our fields. We've used the workers on the contracts, but we haven't used them on our own fields. So we're going to put the worker on it to do this. I'll leave them there. Nitrogen is bad. There probably wasn't much nitrogen on it anyway. Going to get him to do that while I collect the bales. I have to go up to put the Alfalfa Hay Bales up at the where the farmhouse is and where the goats are, and I have to go up to the snail farm and collect the bales that are up there as well. So I just decided we've got so much to do, we're going to just utilise a worker to do the mulching and just get that done. We do have some manure there we can spread on the fields as well after, but I did say I didn't know what I was going to put in the fields. But I have my mind made up, and I can't tell you just yet. You'll have to wait around a little bit longer. As soon as that field is done, we should have all the bales in by the time that's done, and we'll get the seeder loaded up, and we'll get out in the field and you'll see what we're going to do. And just the only reason I'm emptying these two off this is because I didn't take a single count on each field, and I have a feeling that if I don't unload these, I may have to go right back up to the top farm for 2 bales or even 1 bale. So might as well go up there with an empty trailer. Anyway, I did do a few more contracts. I had the bale wrapper on to do that one I was working on. And I done a few more wrapping contracts since I had the wrapper on. They were all in the same area, so it made sense to just do the contracts in the same area and stick to it. Other than that, we haven't done any of the other contracts, the mowing or the baling contracts or anything. I just stuck to the same ones because I had the wrapper on, and it just was the easiest option. So we're going to head up, and because we got nothing on the trailer, I think I'll go up this way. For the full trailer now, I'd actually use the road network. It's a bit easier to get up there. So let me get the job in hand done. Oh, why am I? Oh, I'm in 22, yeah, because when I was working, I didn't want the tractor flying ahead when I lifted the implement on the back. Yeah, we'll get back to the field then. I'll bring you back in when we start putting the crop in the ground. You'll see what the plan is then. Okay, that's the fields mulched, bales in, and you can see what we're doing. We're putting alfalfa in. We're going to do these 3 fields with alfalfa. Since the seeds off it are so valuable down the road, from the one field I decided, you know what, we'll get alfalfa hay off it as well, which will go towards our feed. And we have grain we can sell, or seed we can sell, so we can make good money out of it. So why wouldn't I? Like, we're going to put in summer crops anyway, or spring crops. I keep calling them summer crops. So spring crops in the next planting season, which will be in February or March, depending on which crop we're putting in. So I just decided it was just as well to make the use of the field, get a second crop into it, and especially since I'd never done alfalfa before with the combine and wasn't aware of how valuable the seeds are. Okay, you don't get much off the field, but isn't it nice to get that and get feed as well for the cattle? Now you can see why I was talking about merging these 2 fields, because the gap between them is so small. But the only reason I won't do that is because it just means that we won't have to worry about if we want to put in 2 different crops, we have a dividing line there. So that's why I'm going to keep it as it is for now and keep it that way for now. But this shouldn't take too long to get done anyway. It should be fairly quick to work our way through it and get these sown. I honestly don't think these need to be rolled after, do they? I don't think so. I think when this goes in, it doesn't need rolling. No, it doesn't need rolling. So from that point of view, we're finished once we've done the seed, and there's nothing else we need to do with it. It's not using any fertilizer, which it won't, because it's getting enough from, obviously I don't know the whole ins and outs of the way it works, but you can see when we walk on the ground, it's telling us there's 20 kilos per hectare. When we walk here, it's telling us that is perfect. So we have to say we're probably making a good decision to put this in. Like, other than that, what do? We put in winter wheat, winter barley, which we can't use in our process for the seed or for the feed for the snails. Now, downside is we probably won't get as high a yield off the field if we're going to send it to the grain mill, but we'll have made the difference up, I'm sure, by the money we're going to get out of harvesting this with the combine. It's all a learning process, doing the crops that I don't normally do, so might as well give it a go. You can see the colour changing on the nitrogen on the map. Bring it up on the square map and you can see it a bit better. I don't think we can get rid of the menu altogether. No, that's the smallest we can get it. That'll do. So, just feel we've learned quite a bit since we came on to Méchet about other bits and pieces with regards to precision farming and that. I know the map itself has certain quirky things, well, not quirky things, just built into the map. It has the way certain things work. If you take the feed mixer, the type of mix you have to do to get TMR is different. And that's built in because I looked at all the other forage mixing wagons and they all have the same requirements, the same 5 or 6 ingredients that need to go in, including soybeans and the usual hay, straw, silage, green rye, there's mineral feed as well. So I think it's 7 items altogether that need to go in. So from that point of view, I want to learn how that works too, and I will. Now the TMR we're making is being made with a mixer in the yard there, which just makes it from the normal 4 ingredients: our hay, silage, straw and mineral feed. So you could say I'm not following the the map requirements to make TMR, but we will eventually get around to it. I just want to get the milking cows providing 100%. They're on 85 now. Just want to get that last 15 out of them because we're going to be tight enough for milk. So the more we can get out of them, the better. This seeder is really happy with it. As I said, I haven't, keep turning the lights on, I haven't used it in FS25 on the PC. I did use it before, alright, when I was playing on the PS5. But you kind of fall in a rut where I was using the Valtra one, is it? The Momentum. I was using the Momentum all the time because it does everything. It does your planted crops as well, so you didn't need a planter, you only needed the one to do the whole lot, because it's a modded machine, and I was using that, so I wasn't willing to try, I was just taking the easy option by using that all the time and not using anything else. So this one now, I have to say, is a nice piece of kit. There is plenty of them there, but they require tractors with over 300 horsepower. And it's nice to get this. I think is the one that requires the lowest amount of horsepower. I was going to say I missed a bit there, but I didn't actually lift it, the seeder. The mulching is finished on the other field. I really should bring him up to the top field and get him to do that as well. Now, lights off. Okay, so that's the plan. Get the alfalfa in. We're using a slight little bit of fertiliser. You can see it's gone down a little bit. We were on 1800 and something litres. Yeah, it's gone down ever so slightly. But we're not going to use much in the line of fertiliser or seed doing this. I'll get on and get this done and give you an update when this is done. Probably going to move into the next month. I think we have enough contracts done for this month anyway. We'll just take care of the livestock before we move forward. And yeah, that'll be it. We'll be moving into the next month. And for now, we'll just get these 3 fields sown and we'll see what other mischief we can get up to then after that. I'm up at the snail farm and just getting the alfalfa in this field, and the mulching is still going on. And I put the little case on a ploughing contract right in the field next to us, because I did reduce down the size of that plough. And it seems to be coping okay. It's 42% done already in the time I drove up here and started on this. It's only a small field. I just put on it. I wasn't too sure whether it would be capable of doing it, but it is, and I better wait until this guy finishes. Get him out of the way. So that's going to be the 3 fields done with the alfalfa, and then we're going to get the manure spread on the grass field we just cut down beside the farm. I don't want to get in this guy's way. Once he starts, I'll go down and then I'll get him off the field. Why have I got a green John Deere weight on that? I thought I put the Fiat weight on it. Obviously not. Right, let's get him off the field. It's definitely green, isn't it? Yeah. So I'll put the John Deere weight on the Fiat tractor. That's handy. Anyway, yeah, it's going pretty good. We'll get this will be 3 fields where we can harvest with the combine for the seeds, because like, just jump in again and have a look. The alfalfa seeds, like, I mean, there's only 2,400 litres. And look at the price, went to the top of the market in January, it's worth over 8 grand. So from the 3 fields we'll get hay off them as well, so it'll be pretty good to make use of that before we put in our spring crops next year. I just got to park this in here for the time being. Bring it back down to the farm later on. Could probably send them down, but I'll do it myself. So that's kind of the game plan, is to just make as much money off the fields as we can. You know, no point in leaving them lying idle during the winter. Just a bit of seed and ever so small amount of fertiliser going in here to do this, so it's not like it's costing a fortune. The return of it will be pretty high from the seed alone when we harvest it with the combine, and then we'll have plenty of feed anyway for the animals going forward. So sounds like a good plan to me anyway. Okay, sowing is done. I'm just going to spread the manure on the grass field. We do have more there, so we should have enough to do it. And yeah, I considering doing, there's 3 baling contracts there, which if I press the right button I'll be able to show you, which require a square baler. Now the only reason I was considering doing them was to cover the cost of actually buying the square baler. One of either the Krone or the other one. It won't actually cover the cost, but I mean we can buy it now. Granted, I can go and do them contracts using a round baler and it'll still register as being done. It's kind of, I don't know why, is it a glitch in the game? It's been like that for a long time now, where it doesn't matter. You can use a round baler if you want. Just don't do it, but you can do it. But I was just considering getting the baler just to cover off the cost doing the 3 contracts. I might do that, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just get this field done, and maybe we'll get it done without using up all the manure. Or maybe, I meant to say, I'm concentrating where I'm going, maybe we'll have enough manure to do it without having to put anything else on the field. Now, let's see. This should be enough. We should be okay. Yeah, we are. We're perfect. Even though it's not turning green, it doesn't have to turn green. It's getting the coating it needs to actually do the field. So it can be a little bit misleading sometimes with precision farming. It doesn't have to turn completely green to actually fertilise properly. It just changes colour, so it's getting enough. If it was a different field now, it may have to go green. It may require more fertiliser per hectare as it comes up when you have a look at the reading on it when you're standing on the field. So yeah, that's the way it works. It's only a small field, so there should be enough. It gives me a chance to clear out the cow barns anyway. I can't remember the last time I done it, how far I got around. I think I got almost 2 laps done before I had to go back and reload, so it looks like we're going to nearly have enough. Not too worried anyway, it's a grass field. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. It's not a huge big field. If it was a really important grass field now, I would just use solid fertiliser on it. The other thing is we have slurry there, but we need to get a tanker for the slurry to actually get rid of it. We're actually not going to be doing too bad with the amount we have. Looks like we will cover most of it off. Anyway, I'll get this finished, and then I'm probably going to make a decision on that baler. I might just go and do them contracts as a way of actually paying for it more than anything else. Use them to pay for the piece of equipment. Why not? Yeah, give me the line. Give me the line I want, not the line that just came up. There we go. Right, I'll get this finished up anyway, and yeah, I'll probably will buy that baler. I don't know. I'll have to have a look and see how much money I made from contracts this month already, and I'll make the decision then. Okay, had to modify the case and put narrows on it. We have a weight on the front and we have the sprayer full on the back because we have weeds in the sorghum field, because it was direct drought, it wasn't ploughed, and consequences. So we have to get up and get that done. Might as well go past the farm. I haven't been up this way before. and have a look. I think it's a dead end just beyond where we are. So our sorghum field is number 79. I think the road goes up and then it's just at the next junction. It's our big red marks to tell us we can't go any further. I just copped this at the last second now. This tractor is not heavy enough for this. It will do it, but it could do it being a bit, you know what, for the amount of spraying we're going to have to do, I think this is going to be perfect. I really do. Let's go down and start at the start of the line. So I was happy enough when I seen that I could put the narrows on. It cost me 1,000. Then 2.5 for the herbicide. 2.4, whatever it is, for the herbicide. Oh, let's switch on to the back. Get going. Turn on the sprayer. No spot and see, or whatever you call it, spot and spray on this one. It's just purely going to spray, and that's it. We can't afford to put it on yet. I might go with a different option anyway than the hardy. Although, having said that, once you have precision farming on and you're using the seek and spray and pulse width modulation, it uses no spray anyway. So I'd say we have enough in anyway to do this field. Just don't know what made me check to see. I was checking to see if there's any weeds in any of the other fields that we've sown, and I just thought, you know what, let's check the sorghum field, and I did. I nearly missed it. So I just kind of sowed it and left it, and that was it. So at least we had the sprayer as part of the start equipment, so that wasn't too bad. We didn't have to go buy it from scratch, although it's not that expensive. I'd thought about getting the Fendt tractor with the sprayer on it. Now, I may well, if the bigger one comes up in the second-hand market, because I'm using the 380 on Walla Zabareska, and I didn't want to use the same one here. But if the bigger one comes up, I would be tempted to actually buy it. Now, yeah, no, we should have enough spray. 83% left in the tank, so we're doing okay. Now, does it come back on when I reverse into the field? It does, yeah, so we turn off. Okay. It's just when I went off the last time, I'd actually hit the button to turn it off just as it went off. And I was just wondering then, do I need to turn it off or not? So this will go straight into the mill for more snail food mix. So then we'll still have our 3 grains in there. And that should keep that running okay and keep the snail houses supplied with food mix. Doesn't take long to get through this anyway. I was only thinking about the Massey Ferguson tractor I got for the forestry work, which is on the loan that we had, which is still ongoing. I should start using it for other stuff. What's left in the loan? 377. Oh, there's still quite a bit left in it. Okay. Will it give me another loan? It give me a loan of, give me a loan of nearly $1 million. No, we're not going down that route. Tempting and all as it is, and it would help us expand. That's what you tell yourself. Yeah, it'll come in handy. We can expand. We're expanding quick enough. As I said, we're dealing with the animals. There's a couple of more pastures around the map which we may purchase, but we may throw a couple of Highland cattle into one of them on their own, and just to keep them, if we're going to have to feed, just to look after them. And I know I've done it before on a series on Kinleg where I let them grow up until they reproduced, and I sold them and I made a fortune, and then I let them grow and reproduce and I made a fortune again the next time. So it seems to be the way to do it, keep them until they reproduce. So I'll do it with the Charolais now on the save we have. The 5 we have there or whatever, are going to start reproducing. Now are we finished or have we got another line? I think we might have another line down here. Come on, show me the line. That's the one we came up. Looks like we're done. Oh, that was painless. Okay. That was painless. Any spraying contracts? Seriously, and close by. There was spraying contracts. I wasn't even looking at them. I think they're right down the end. Grass tethering, there's loads of them after coming to stone picking. Spraying. 1 in 53. How do we get to 53? Much is it worth? Let's do that on the way home. It is on the way home. I'll do that. I might as well, since we have the equipment now. Anyway, yeah. The cattle and the sheep and the goats and the productions from them, their milk and all that are the main priority anyway, rather than getting any more productions going. We will do the grapes eventually. We're in year 2 now. Year 4. I'll say it here now. I'll make note of it. When we get into year 4, we'll look at adding some of the grape fields to the map. We need to buy the farm where it is, and I think that's expensive enough. Let's have a look. I can't remember how much it is. It's down here. It's in that one there. Is it that one? 251? Yeah, it is. It's 114. That is the grape farm, isn't it? That is the grape farm, yeah. So that's not too bad. Okay, we make that go for year 4, that we get the grape production going. We get the grape fields and the grape production going. It just means we have to buy equipment. Now, there was one of the pruners in the second-hand market there, and I did think about buying it, but it's too far ahead. We'll leave it be for the time being, but definitely we will do them, and we'll look at all the different productions we have for the grapes, because is my controller acting up again? It is. No, just the weight. Surely the weight that's on the tractor. It's just slow going on the surface coming down the hill. Yeah, we'll look at that down the road. There's no urgency on it, but we will do it. We'll do all the premium grapes and all the other stuff that's there just to see, because apparently the money on them is crazy, absolutely crazy money to be made out of them. So it'd be nice to try that out and just see. Okay, I'll get down and get this contract done, and then we'll see where we're going to head after that, what we're going to do next. Yeah, decision's been made. I'm going to do them baling contracts. Going to buy the baler now. It'll cover the cost of it. So we're not net gain, it's going to be a baler rather than a monetary gain. We should be on about the same money. And I think then we're going to move on to the following month. We moved on to the 2nd day in July anyway. Before we done that spraying contract, I should have said that when we were starting. There is loads of contracts there, but we're not going to do any more after these, I think, in this month. Now, here we go. Let's go in and buy it. Buy baler. Krone, John Deere. We'll buy the Krone. We need twine. There's only standard or empty. And that's it. Never even look at the number plate. It's probably the wrong tractor. I wonder if it's the same number plate in all the tractors. Now, I would have been better off buying a pallet of twine. I do that every time. We've limestone to get up, we've herbicide to bring up, and there's a Titan trailer. It's only 25,000 litres. It was in the second-hand market, and I just bought it because it was $9,000. There's mad colours on it. I could say that somebody put mad colours on it, but it wasn't. It was me. I put the mad colours on. It was a horrible colour, and I made it even more horrible. So number 5 is... Now we'll go to 1, 2, 3 first. I'm trying to see before I drive out here what way I have to go. What's the best way to go? Yeah, we can go back up and down the other road. Okay. Yeah, no, it'll pay for this. That's why I just said, here, let's just do them. Baling would happen to be one of my favourite contracts to do in Farming Simulator. Not even contracts, it's my favourite work to do, even in my own fields. Oh yeah, another thing I need to do. I shifted all the wool out of the field here, and I need to do something about it. But I'm actually gonna, that corner there, I am going to gonna paint it with gravel or something, or make a small yard, put a tiny little storage container in there to store the wool in, so that when I go to cut grass in there or anything else, yeah, I remember this field. I don't go down the road going this way. I would have done a contract in this before. So when that corner doesn't come into play when you're actually using the pen and you're cutting the grass or anything anymore, it's not part of it. So let's get rid of the map. I'm going to put that storage in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get these, there's 4 contracts there. I'll have to get the round baler for one of them. That's, which one is the round baler? Of course, it would be the one beside us. Bale type, round bale. Hold on, this is meant to be the round bale field, is it? It is, yeah. $123. Ah, okay. I should be using a round baler. Just goes to show you, it does work no matter what baler you have. Okay, I've started, so I'll finish. I thought that this was the first one I picked, which was a square baler, and then the round baler one came up. Anyway, I was wrong. Yeah, I'll just get these done. And I had intended using the round baler, honestly. And I'm not going to go all the way back now. And I have started. Will I finish, or will I go on and do? You know what? Let's lift it. Let's go out. Let's go to the other fields. And then we'll get the round baler when we go back up and come back and finish this field. So the next field is right beside us. Okay, didn't have to go too far. Yeah, no, that's why I wanted to get. I wanted to keep it on, so otherwise I could have just not bothered with the square baler and just done them with the round baler. But it's a little bit easier to do square bales. I'm going to stick with round bales on our own farm because we have the round bale trailer to pick them up. And yeah, we're going to stick with that. We're just going to use this purely for contract work only. So what I'll do, I'll work my way through these. I'm going to build that little area in the corner of that goat pen just for storing the wool, so that we can sell it off at the top of the market. And there's a little storage shed. The mod only came out in the last couple of days. It's a small little one. I think it's about 10 grand. It'll hold the pallets we need to hold until the height of the market. And I'm just going to make that area so the grass doesn't grow in it around the spawn point. And then we won't be cutting it while we're doing the field. We'll use a small bit of area, and we could end up having sheep roaming around inside in the barn, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. For now, I'll just get these contracts out of the way and get that done, and I'll bring it back in then and give you an update. I'd say we'll be coming pretty close to the end of the episode then. Wasn't expecting really to spend 2 episodes in July, and there you go. It's just the way it works out. A lot of work to be done, so that's why we ended up here for so long. I'm back in the case again. I went up and got the trailer up at the snail farm so that we can put total mixed ration into the small pen with the Vosges cows in it, or calves. They're running low on food, so we're going to put this in. And probably don't need to use TMR with them. Probably could just put hay or silage or whatever in. Doesn't matter. Obviously this will bring them on quicker. So I just noticed they were low. And I didn't want to put it in the... You know what, I must try some of it in the mixer, in the feed mixer, and just see does it work okay. I'll just empty this out. I have the round baler on the back of the feed there to go and do that. Finish off that contract. This will actually take the whole load. They were fairly low, that's why I wanted to do it. There we go. I did switch that off. I did, yeah. It's just going to drop down. Now, I need to remember where I was. 123. I'm going to go and finish off that round baling contract, but I have to go via the shop. I need more round bale net. We're running low on it. I don't want to go down with just this in it and then end up having to go back to the shop, and that need to get some more on the farm. I only had the one pallet, it's all gone. Okay, I'll go now just get that round baling contract finished, and I'll build that storage pen and that sort out that sheep pasture where the wool is spawning, and I'll bring you back in then. Yeah, let's collect them other contracts for them bales are gone off the fields. I did empty the baler as well, there we go. Right, we're still not back where we were before we bought the baler, but then we're going to go and might get close to it with this one when it's done, but then we're going to drop right back down with the bit of work we're going to do. So basically the contracts are keeping us alive and helping us put a few other extra bits and pieces on the farm and that, so never going to be mega rich out of them unless I just continuously do them over and over and over and do 50 in a month, but that's not going to happen. Okay, just doing a bit of tidying up, bringing up that trailer. I changed the colours into something more normal. As I said, it's only 25,000 litres. It's not unrealistic capacity on it. Tried putting down that storage on the sheep pen. I can place it when I select to overlap, but the triggers won't work. So I think that's in relation to the pasture is interfering with it. It just seems it just would not work. I couldn't get it. So I think what I'll just do is I'll just avoid moving the wool from the spawn area. I'm going to leave the grass there. I was going to actually paint the ground slightly different, but I think I'll just leave the grass there and just literally just mow around it and not go into it. I was moving it, you see, and by the time I got the grass mowed and everything else done, there was another pallet there with just one bale on it, and that's why I ended up with two bales now with just one on it and two full pallets. So I think we'll just leave it as it is instead of going changing it around. So I just want to get some feed into the main cow barn, the milk and parlour, because they're running low. We've moved on into the third day of the month, and this is actually turned off because it had reached full capacity, so I knocked it off. Just activate it again. What's it running low on anyway? It'll need to be topped up with everything, hay and silage mainly. But yeah, just taking care of business. This tractor will probably struggle with this. This is a fairly decent load. I'm just gonna top off the cow barn, the main cow barn, as I said, and have a look and see. I wonder whether I should put it up where the Charlet are. Will that improve them quicker, giving them that extra 5%? I know if silage bales up in the field, I might just leave it. There you go. Yeah, that's going into the right one anyway, so we'll tip that in there. So yeah, it didn't work putting the storage down, so I've left the bales down there, even though we've nearly a year to go before they're at their peak. Okay, now that took the full trailer full, so I'd say we're still not full. Let's see what's in it now. We've 33,000 litres in it, and that's all we're going to put in it for now. And we've 94 animals in there. So that's all we're going to do in this episode anyway. I'm not going to do anything else in July. We're going to move on to August for the next one. Looking at the field situation, we have nothing ready next month either. We'll have our grass fields, our alfalfa is 3 months off. We'll have our grass fields are the only thing that's ready. Sorghum is ready, that's in 2 months, and the sorghum. And that's basically it. We'll have 3 grass fields, the sorghum field, in 2 months' time. So what we're probably going to do is we're probably going to move on through next month off camera. There won't be a lot to do in it except for a few contracts. And we'll pick up again the next episode, which will be episode number 16, believe it or not. Just seem to be flying by. Episode number 15 on the Méchet, done, dusted in the bag, a lot done in it with all our harvest and everything else. Like, we have quite a bit of stuff in stock, like our stock now that we can sell. There is certain stuff there that's showing up, like silage and stuff like that. We're not selling anyway. But it just shows you we have a bit of value there anyway in what we do have. And I'm just going to take care of business with the animals, just look after them for the next month. The firewood must be close to running out, and then we get rid of that. The butter is never going to show much because it's distributed. The alfalfa silage, we're just going to feed that into the pasture for the Charlotte. I think I'll actually swap it around, bring the silage bales down because they can go into the TMR mixer, and then do it the other way. We bring the alfalfa silage up there. And that's it. Goat's cheese. Yeah, we haven't got much of that because I don't know whether I reactivated it. That's been honest with you. But let's have a look. We didn't. No. That's why it hasn't been produced now. Okay. I shut it down when we ran out. Anyway, episode number 15, done, dusted, in the bag. Another productive episode, as I said. So until next time, that's all for this one. And all that's left for me to do now is say goodbye until the next time. And hopefully you'll come back and join me then. Okay? Bye-bye.